Wednesday, and welcome back to Coffee with Kristen. Today we have some great shows airing that I'm excited to tell you all about. On Estate Planning 101, Scott takes us through some common problems families have when it comes to their estates. And today we will be talking about wills versus trusts. I myself did not know the difference between a will and a trust, and I learned that a trust is way more flexible than a will, and it might be a great option for you, although a will might be a better option. Who knows? You'll have to tune in and find out. There's a lot to learn, I promise. This episode is truly for everyone, because as you're trying to decide what to do with your home, your savings, your investments, this episode really does give you the tools you need to make those decisions for yourself and your family. That could be giving it to charity, passing it along to your kids or your grandchildren. There are a lot of options, and you'll get to explore them all when you tune into this episode. The next episode is Investment Spotlight with Jay Coulter, and this episode is kind of terrifying. Jay goes into depth about digital vulnerability and why it's really important for companies to get cybersecurity. It seems like every week on the news you hear about these companies being hacked or held for digital ransom, and so this topic is very relevant right now. If you are an investor who finds cybersecurity important, which should be everyone, then you should watch the show. And the last show that will be airing today is called The Business Of. And on The Business Of, Hillary will be interviewing small business owners about their journey towards growing their business. It's an exciting day because Hillary is actually in the studio with me today. Come on in, Hillary, join me. I'm not alone anymore. This is so nice.
So excited to be here.
I know, I'm excited to have you. Tell us about your show.
Yeah, so on The Business Of, we are talking to different business owners and entrepreneurs and learning about their businesses. So going into how they got their start, where they got their idea, or maybe if it's a family business, how they've been able to expand it and grow it. Mm-hmm. We also talk to them about where they are in their life cycle of the business. So are they growing? Did they just start?
Right.
Are they kind of at that plateau where they're looking to exit? Maybe, they're looking to retire or move on to the next project.
Right.
So it's been really exciting to kind of learn different things that they have learned along the way.
Right. And today's episode is extra special because you have a really great guest that you're interviewing that I happen to be related to. It's my sister. Tell us all about her business. Come on.
Yeah, so today's episode, I interviewed Jenny Martin of Gemstone Wellness.
Very proud.
And she is a therapist and has been expanding her business. She was doing a private practice and has just saw the growth potential and had the challenges of having more clients and patients than she could handle. Mm-hmm. So how could she expand that and actually have different clinicians under her and expand her business?
Yes.
So
I know how remarkable her story is. So I can attest to this and it is incredible. And the stresses that come along with it. And, especially for her, the ethics of making sure that everybody feels seen and heard within her company and that being able to provide better care for her patients, I think is a really, so Gemstone Wellness, Jenny was in private practice, just herself seeing patients and had more people to help than she could physically do. Yeah. So which is like a great problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
But also like so stressful.
Right. So stressful. And especially from somebody who wants to take care of people. Mm-hmm. And this is both your job and your mission in life.
Right.
How can you do that? And how can you do that in a super ethical way and making sure that your own employees are feeling seen and heard and therefore being able to pass that powerful ethos on to their patients in order to take care of them better.
Right.
So it was really interesting to learn from her, and she has a very new business. It's about a year old. So she's just going through all of those pains and
the growing pains
and learning. And, you know, a lot of it is trial and error. And I think that is a common theme that we see with a lot of entrepreneurs and smaller businesses, because everybody is just, you kind of try something and then, okay, no, that didn't quite work out for everybody. Let's pivot. Let's, you know, continue to iterate and make this work for everybody.
Right. It's like aspiring business owners could really learn a lot about the process, the do's and the don'ts from the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the great thing, is that it's really interesting for everybody to learn, but especially people who are interested in starting their own business or maybe already have one.
Right. You've interviewed all these people. What is something that you can take away and apply to your new business venture, ROI TV? This.
I think it's been really interesting. So I think there's two commonalities that I keep on hearing, and everybody has their own version of it, right? But I think one thing is having a support system and having people that you can talk to and have thought partners. They might not be even your business partner, but they might be people who you can talk to about what's going on, and they can help you.
You trust their input.
Yeah, you trust their input.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that has really stuck with me is that, especially with small businesses and starting your own business, there's going to be things where you're going to hit a wall. You're going to try something, hit a wall, and you have to figure out, okay, where do we go from here? And using every challenge as an opportunity to make a better change.
Right.
So, you know, instead of feeling defeated.
Exactly. Which is so easy to feel.
It's so easy. But to have that growth mindset and saying, okay, well, this is a challenge that we're going to rise above. And sometimes even better ideas come out from that first idea not working out.
So it's keeping a healthy mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hard to do, but a healthy mind.
You need to visit Gemstone Wellness.
I do.
She'll help you through it. Hillary, thank you so much for being here today. It was lovely having you.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Yes, of course. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Coffee with Kristen. I will see you tomorrow. Get your coffee ready.